Good day and welcome, Mr. Simons here. Now in this lesson we will also determine first derivative using rules of differentiation, but now we give you fractions that you will have to write as negative exponents. Right, so number one, or things we need to know. So number one, I assume you remember law 2 of exponents that states that if the bases are the same, we subtract the exponents. So if you look there, 6 divided by 3, 4 minus 2, so that becomes 2x squared. So in this problems, we will test second law of exponents. The same time we will test, you should remember, right, if it's a denominator and I take it to the top, I always change the sign of the exponent, so that becomes 5x negative 3. If we take here minus 4x over x to the power 4, become negative 4x1 minus 4, which gives me minus 4x negative 3. Right? Now, before determining the derivative, and before we can use the power rule, we are not allowed to have variables in my denominator, or letters of the alphabet, right? So we're always going to take them up. So let's look at the problems. So problem number one, determine the derivative of f of x equal 3x squared minus 3 over x. So first we have to ensure that no variables are expressed as denominators. So there you see x is a variable, can't be a denominator. So first, that stays 3x squared. If I take x from the bottom to the top, it was positive 1 here, now it becomes negative 1. Once we're done with that process, we get 1 mark for it, and then we are able to use the power rule. So 2 times 3, 2 minus 1. Minus 1 times negative 3, negative 1, negative 1. So 2 minus 1 gives me 1. 3 times 2, 6. Negative times negative positive, 3 times 1, 3. And negative 1, negative 2 gives me negative 2. So now we've stopped at this point and we give you 1 mark for each one. But yeah, as I say, as a practice of best practice, don't leave a negative exponent. So just take it to the bottom, so that 6x plus 3 and x negative 2 goes to the bottom as x positive 2. Let's look at the second problem. Right, now in the second problem, evaluate dy dx if y equal 5 over 4x minus x cubed over 4. So number one, we assume you can see x there is a variable as a denominator, so I have to get rid of that. So if I take x from here up, it becomes x negative 1. 5 over 4, I try to write separate my coefficient and my variable on the side. There, invisible 1, 1 over 4. I take x cubed to the side, so negative 1 over 4 x cubed. 1 mark for taking my variable up. From there, now it's just multiplication and subtraction. So now dy dx, I'm differentiating y with respect to x. Negative 1 times 5 over 4. And then negative 1, negative 1. Here 3 times negative 1 over 4. And 3 minus 1. So hope you can see it in color there. Negative 1 times 5 over 4 would give me negative 5 over 4. Minus 1 equal negative 2. Yeah, please, there's still learners that do this. Yeah, it's 3 over 1. So it's 3 times 1, which is 3. And the invisible 1 here, 1 times 4, it's 4. Please don't go multiply 3 on top and 3 at the bottom. So that becomes negative 3 over 4. And 3 minus 1, x squared. If I write my negative exponent as positive, becomes negative 5. Take it to the bottom, x squared. So enjoying the lesson so far, please like, share and subscribe. Stay up to date. Let's look at this problem. So here they say evaluate. They've given me differentiate x, given that we have 3 minus 2 over x squared minus 1 over x cubed. So 3 there. I maintained dx, see there, till I differentiate. So there, x negative 2 goes up, it becomes x negative 2. X cubed goes up, it becomes x negative 3. Now when I differentiate, I drop dx. Right, differentiate x. So differentiating a constant 3 would become 0. Minus 2 times 2. minus 2 minus 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 minus 3 minus 1. So that's 0 falls away. Negative times negative. Positive 2 times 2, 4. Minus 2 minus 1 would give me negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 1 gives me positive 3. Minus 3 minus 1 gives me negative 4. Right, the negative exponents is positive, so x negative 3 goes to the bottom, becomes x to the power 3, and 4 simply stays on top. There 3 stays on top, and x negative 4 goes to the bottom and becomes x to the power 4. Hope you enjoy the lesson. I hope you understand. If you don't, feel free to leave a comment and we will see how we can assist you further. Bye.